Well, hello. This was supposed to be a first impression, and it's not. This is a review because the whole writing sample part of the first impression is not on my hard drive, so I think I deleted it by accident. So I did a review, and that's okay. I got to ink the pen up and try some new things I didn't get to try. So what is it? Well, I'll tell you. I get not a lot, but more than I ever expected. I get advertising dollar from running advertisements on YouTube. You may have seen some advertising run at the beginning of this video. I don't do advertisements in the middle of the videos. I don't want to spoil them that way. But, it's there. I guess I could if I'm just that desperate to make more money. But, I have pretty good camera gear. I have some savings set up based, for the channel. And it just, the advertising dollars keep coming in. And this past year was an election year, so I had extra. And so I've been, last couple of years, spending it on some expensive pens that I would never buy on my own. You're about to see one of them. So I told you earlier this winter when I talked about a beautiful, that makes me smile, Parker Duofold Citrine, that I bought a second pen. And I thought, I'll just save that first impression for when, I'm having a gloomy day. And it's not a gloomy day, but I made the mistake of showing that much of the pen in a video, a vlog type video, and a bunch of people guessed correctly what it was from that much of the pen. So I thought, well, cat's out of the bag. Let's talk about it. So this is a pen I first saw on Stephen Brown's channel and thought, I want one. And I don't know how many years later it is, I finally have one. So let's take a look at it. All right, so this is the pen in question. Like I said, this was originally going to be a first impression, but I guess that's not going to happen. So let's take a look at it. Maybe we'll put something in it that's different than Parker Quink Washable Blue, since that footage is irrevocably gone. But first, let's take a look at it. So I like, and the lighting wasn't shown at the best there, but I like this finish a lot. This is what really caught my eye when I first saw this pen in Stephen Brown's hands. Now, I think his is the red version, whatever that was, because there was an earth, a fire, a water, an air. This is the air version, so it must be very polluted air. But anyway, I just think that's very attractive. And then down here we've got, what does that say? Gold Pointe #1. The clip, Visconti, famous bridge. Try to get this right side up here. The finial. And you might notice at this point that it's kind of squared off. Rounded corners, but squared off. And I go to the other finial. Same thing. Now, one thing that would bother Fig Boot, yeah, the square edges don't quite match up. But who cares? Screw cap pen. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons I never bought the one that Stephen Brown reviewed, because I wanted it and I had the money for it, and I just like, ew, it had a metal section. So I was pretty excited when I saw one that didn't have a metal section on eBay. Now, to be fair, I don't know why it doesn't have a metal section. It could be some kind of a Franken pen. A few people guessed when they saw the, just like this much of the pen that it was, a tobacco finish or something. So maybe somebody Franken penned it. I don't know, but I don't like metal sections. I like this a lot better. And of course, open it up. It's a screw cap. Or not a screw cap. Oh my God. It is a, holy cow, the word is gone. Cartridge converter filler. Now, one thing of interest, so I'm going to do a little comparison during this video. This is their gold nib. Somewhat controversially, they later changed to a Palladium nib, and I see that now they've gone back to a gold nib. So this is a Palladium nib. This pen is just about empty, so I thought it might be kind of fun to just compare the two. So we'll just take a look at that. So I'm going to put the same ink in it. I have, well, it's in a Pointe inkwell. Sorry, Visconti, I just cleaned out the Visconti inkwell. But a Pointe, this is the ink in it is Colorverse Jupiter Flyby. So one of their special edition colors. So we'll screw this puppy down because I learned the hard way. Make sure it's down before you stick it in any kind of these inkwells. I don't care if it's this one or the Visconti version. And we'll pull in some ink. And of course, filling it with that method, you get a pretty full fill and almost no ink on the grip section there. So I'm not going to do a full side-by-side because, like I said, this is a video I wasn't expecting to be filming. I thought I'd just do a quick introduction and ending and call her good, but the whole first impression, gone. So we'll put it in the review notebook anyway. So, of course, this is the Visconti Opera Elements Air. The ink in it, Colorverse. I think suitable for this pen. Jupiter Flyby. An ink, by the way, that I happen to really like. If Colorverse ever released this ink just by itself, rather than as part of a set, I think it's one of the few inks I'd buy, because I am kind of on a ink buying hiatus. Flex. So, not a lot. I mean, there's a little line variation, but hardly a flex pen. Wetness and flow. I will say it's not as girthy as the Homo sapiens, but definitely not, a skinny pen. That seems pretty wet. Smear test, so I'm expecting lots of nice smearage. Oh yeah. Reverse writing, if you're into that kind of thing. By the way, on the subject of Jupiter Flyby, Aurora did a Giove finish, which was supposed to be Jupiter inspired. Sorry, I think Visconti got a little closer to the Jupiter colors. Yeah, I don't like that. Kind of scratchy and definitely an ultra extra fine. With my reviews, I always like to do a quote and then the Pierre Gustafson test, but I'm going to reverse the order from how I usually do it during a review. I'm going to do the world-famous Pierre Gustafson test first. And as you can see, no problem there. And finally, a quote. So since this pen is kind of a luxury pen, let's do a luxury-related quote. I always feel sorry for people who don't like to read. Reading's boring. Oh boy. So I feel sorry for you. All right, so I promised a little bit of a side-by-side down here since I screwed up the last bit of the writing sample. So we'll definitely do it. So here comes the Visconti Opera Elements Air with a medium nib. So we'll just do a couple quick wordy type things. So Visconti. Let's do the word flax. And let's do, I don't know, some curly cues or something. And just for giggles and snorts, let's put a swatch or two. So I'm not doing the full side-by-side, but I do want to just briefly show you the two nibs side-by-side. Let's see if I can pull this off neatly. So below is the 18 karat gold nib. At the top is the, 23 karat palladium nib. Both mediums. The palladium seems to be slightly upturned at the end. And the feeds are identical. So this is the Visconti. This has also been inked for a few weeks. Keep that in mind. Homo sapiens. Bronze Age. Bad apples. And it's medium, of course. So we'll write the word Visconti. Flex. Some curly cues. And our two swatches. So I'll tell you one difference I always notice is when I hold the Visconti, I do feel the hook latch thingies, not the threads. I guess I didn't really compare girth. So the Homo sapiens has a shorter section, which may be why I notice it's hook thingies more. And I would say it's girthier. Not, by huge amounts, but definitely girthier. So, do I notice much difference? This one, the Palladium Nib, let's add that. The Palladium Nib definitely feels like it has more bounce to it than does the Gold Nib. As far as feedback, they feel about the same, but definitely more bounce on the Palladium. So, that's my writing sample. I will try to put some pictures in the video description, links to the pictures, so you can see the two sections of nibs side by side. All right, so not exactly Stephen Brown's pen, but who cares? It's my pen, and I like it. Doggone it. The nib may not be quite the same as the Palladium nib, but it's a good nib. It writes well, and I like it. I did discover it writes kind of big on lower quality paper. I I was going to use it during the speech meet I was judging when I accidentally gave away this pen. And no. So it sat in my pen case. But, other than that, for writing letters and things, it's kind of fun. And I, looking down at it just makes me smile. So I'm happy I bought it. I honestly don't think I could have justified it. I couldn't have justified it on what I make as a teacher, but I view this YouTube money that comes in kind of as bonus. And maybe that's the wrong attitude to take. Some people would say, well, you got to invest it and so on, but I don't know. I feel like I need something to compensate all the time I put in for this. So, I don't do Patreon or any of the other stuff. So, doggone it, I'm going to enjoy my advertising dollars. Save enough of them for taxes. So, Fig Boot wouldn't like the fact that the barrel and cap don't match up exactly. I don't care. The pen looks fine to me. One test I always like to do is a pocket test, but a shirt like this has no pocket. So we're just going to do something I would never do to this pen in real life. So let's just clip it here and then walk around. Well, it does not want to go on, but I found that a thing with Visconti's. I'm going to help it a little by lifting out the clip. And it goes on decently securely. So, yeah, in the video description down below, I always put a link to the Evernote page and to my Instagram page. Instagram, I'm limited to 10 pictures, but on the Evernote page, I can put on whatever the heck I want. So there may be a few more pictures on the Evernote page. I didn't count exactly how many I took, but I went kind of berserk tonight. And I was also sort of mystified that I didn't have pictures from when I filmed the video before. Because I have the me talking part that I always film on the laptop. I just don't have the writing sample with the regular camera. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a regular review instead. I need to do some more of these. I kind of ran out of pens that I've owned, but haven't, ever, I've written with, but haven't done but haven't filmed a review of. I'm to the point I'm ready to start reviewing pens that were first impressions a long time ago. But, so, yeah, I'm kind of rusty with the format, but hope you enjoyed it. So, if videos like this interest you, where I talk about fountain pens both new and old and at all price points, I would invite you to subscribe. And, is there a pen like this, kind of a luxury pen that you'd never consider? Unless, you make a little extra money somehow. Let us know down in the comments. So, I want to thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.